Player number 4, Kaleniu Gabriel. Player number 3, Alu Mohammed. Player number 5, John Eric. Player number 13, Haji Mbegu. And player number 14, Lady Leaders Limson, coached by Alfred Bini. And to the Southern Sudan team, player number 1, Tiny Puliot. Player number 3, Ball Buck. Player number 4, Mangitu Jenkoror. Player number 5, Dominic Philip. Player number 6, Atiel Lual. Player number 8, Kwan. Player number 9, Matiang Buo. Player number 10, Makuel Pondak. Player number 11, Emmanuel. Player number 13, Ako Agau. Player number 14, Ben Muyot. And their head coach, Alu Deng. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's stand up for the national anthem of Tanzania. To the national anthem of Tanzania. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Southern Sudan. Thank you so much. A big applause to the national anthem of Sudan. And now, the match officials. Chief Crew, Mr. Kamagate from Cote d'Ivoire, Mr. Rumanzira from Rwanda, and Dr. Bujeje Frank from Burundi. And now I'll hand over the match to the match officials. Thank you.
Of the FIBA AfroBasket 2021 pre-qualifying tournament, and today's game, first game, involves Tanzania and South Sudan. After having a difficult time in their game one against Kenya, losing 95-59, Tanzania redeemed themselves in the following matchup when they beat their opponents later on. So we're going to go to the starting lineup, and we start with Tanzania. Team roster at number 1, Baraka Mopele. Number 20, Mwalimu Heri. Number 5, Lugora Eric. Number 13, Mbegu Haji Rashid. Number 12, Stefano Elasi. Number 3, Ali Mohammed. Number 4, Ngaza Cornelius. Number 11, Kaikai Leka. Number 14, Ladislaus Lusato.
Number 1, Tenny Puat Bak. Number 2, Stephen Wundi. Number 3, Bal Bok. Number 4, Mingistu Jonkor. Number 5, Dominic Phillips. 6, Athiela Wall. 7, Nyang Wek. 8, Kweni. Number 9, the veteran Mathyang Mawat. Number 10, Makwe Pwandak. 11, Emmanuel Malu. 12, Ater Isaiah. 13, Akoy Agao. Number 14, the big fella, Deng Mayot. And as we see the players warming up, Tanzania have been playing this tournament with a chip on their shoulder.
Yep.
Not too many players on the roster as we've seen in the list earlier, but that's not stopped them from playing their best basketball. And I think if Tanzania are not careful, if South Sudan are not careful, Tanzania are going to give them a run for their money.
I was just going to say, after losing game 1 against Kenya, they redeemed themselves by beating Eritrea 101-69 in yesterday's matchup. But today, they'll have it all to do, meeting a strong South Sudanese team that is on fire, simply unstoppable. And you can hear the sirens from outside the gymnasium. It must be because these guys are really on fire. But that being said, Tanzania are very competitive. They've come to play. They've come to compete. They haven't come to participate. And as you rightfully said, Silale Shani, they just have a roster of a total of 6 players. And it would be, remiss of us not to talk about yesterday's performance by South Sudan when they beat Burundi 100-59. The game was very competitive in the first half, but that young man, Tenny Puot, who's starting from the bench today, he has taken a breather, was simply unstoppable, scoring 33 points. His plus-minus was out there in the higher stratospheres of plus 39 and shooting 75% from the three-point line.
Speaking of starting from the bench, it's an interesting starting lineup we have this lovely afternoon, Fidel. I don't think it's any of the usual starters on the floor right now. We can see number 10, Makwe, 4, Mengistu Jonkor, number 3, Ball Back, assisted by Akoy Agao. And last but not least, number 5, Dominic Phillip, is not the usual starting 5 that we're used to seeing. I think Coach Ajao wants to take it easy on his star players.
And Ball with a three-pointer, too strong. Silale Shani, you spoke about this at the start of the tournament on Tuesday. He said teams have to be wary of burning their players out, and South Sudan really knowing how to use all their personnel in this tournament thus far. They look fresh, they look hungry. Nice reverse layup there by number 13's Mbegu Haji Rashid. Reverse layup off the glass.
Mbegu has been running havoc in the post in almost all of Tanzania's games. I'd like to see how he responds to a taller and stronger team in South Sudan today.
This Tanzanian side unafraid of all their opponents. Despite their loss to Kenya, they really came through, especially in the second half. Seen a three-pointer there going astray. Tanzania lead this one, early days, 2-0. South Sudan moving the ball well, going to the corner there, number 5. Dominic Philippe also starting in this game, normally comes from the bench. Ball back, handling the point guard duties, nice feed, down low.
Too easy, too easy.
And that young man, we've dubbed him Young Shark, Makwe Pwandak, had a terrific game yesterday.
I think Tanzania gave that to South Sudan. Was too easy of a play. They need to make sure that the South Sudan bigs do not get comfortable in the post. Give him a bit of contact. We see a nice block from Akoy Agao on Barak Mopele, and now Lugora loses the ball. What do you think would be the best strategy for Tanzania to contain a South Sudan, Fidel?
Spoke to their coach earlier. He was wary of the size differential. Says he's going to try and clog up the paint, and I agree with him. But at the same time, he's also wary of the fact that South Sudan can really shoot the ball from beyond the arc. So he's going to try his best with the personnel he has to cover both areas. And he said, to quote his words, I'm paraphrasing, he just said, you know, you can't stop all the baskets. You've got to try and stop what you can. So most likely than not, he's going to try and clog up the paint. This team is huge. We've seen them penetrating and scoring 100 points in all their games. So defense is the key for this Tanzanian side, and they can't afford those fouls. Already 2 fouls on number 13, Mbegu Haji Rashid. Just have 1 sub on the bench.
And I don't think that sub is a post player, so Mbegu's definitely going to have to be very careful. And I think South Sudan are aware of that. Put Tanzania in foul trouble, and really they'll be dead in the water. Very limited in their defense, as we see first free throw from Akoy Agao, who scored the first 8 points from yesterday's game against Burundi from the free throw line.
Ending up with 10 points, a plus-minus of 16. Very good performance, and another turnover by Tanzania, and they're off to the races. Number 4, they are trying to bring the house down. Mangistu Njongokor. Nice steal there. Just went up high, and credit to number 14 there, Ladislas Lusato, trying to challenge that shot, but didn't need to, and a foul called on Akoy Agao, his first for the day. You can hear instructions from the bench. They know all the free throws will count in this game. Nothing's going to come easy for them. And he heeds the coach's call, sinking the first one.
Day 4 of the tournament, Fidel. I know for a fact that people's bodies are hurting, but that's not going to stop Makwe from getting up there. And I think this is now when mental strength comes in, and you have to really engage your mental strength, rise above how you're feeling, and just do what you need to do.
You see straight up Eric Lugora taking a 3-pointer, going astray. It wasn't going to count, and a 3-pointer there from South Sudan, number 13, Akoy Agao, his first for the day. And this South Sudanese team have really been shooting the ball well from beyond the arc, shooting 43% in yesterday's win against Burundi. Nice drive to the basket off the glass, and it's good. Number 4, Mangistu. Most fans will say South Sudan are expected to win this one, but nothing comes easy, and it's good to see that the team, the lack of concentration there on the defensive end, almost allowing Mbegu Haji Rashid a free look at the basket. A quick timeout has been called. 6:11 to go before the end of the first quarter, and at the moment South Sudan lead this one 11 points to 3. Let's take it downstairs and have a listen to what both coaches have to say to their teams.
Geuka pale vile. Ikiwezekana usiangalie mtu wako. Stop the ball kwanza, stop the ball. Stop the ball. Kama upo karibu na mtu ana drive, cheza naye kwanza ile stop the ball. Then hao wengine waende nyuma. Sasa hivi tunakimbia, tupoteza mpira kule tunakimbia. Simple yani as if kwamba yani hamna tatizo. Kwamba watakosa. No way. Tukimbie tuje tutengeneze defense yetu kwanza. Umeelewana eh? Sawa? Wewe mbegu umeelewa? Moja la pili, Corneli, yule mtu wako vipi? Penda sana. Switch sasa. Cheza kwanza ndio umeelewa.
And we're back to the game, day 4, beautiful afternoon in the hot city of Nairobi. It's very warm today.
Humid.
I think rain is about to be upon us. We resume the game and straight up.
It was the right idea. It was the right idea, Fidel. Agao does a great job cutting to the hoop away from the ball.
Yeah.
He just didn't have his head up, couldn't receive it.
And so far, if you're going to give awards to the 6th man in terms of fan base, we have to give the South Sudanese a nomination. Somalia as well. Of course, the host country, Kenya. Fans have shown up in droves, driving all the way to the basket there. In the second attempt at a dunk there by the South Sudanese team. They missed that one, but that shows you how athletic this team is. And they're off to the races. And another steal. What is more impressive is that their big men can run the floor, and Okoye tried to do that, going coast to coast, frustrated by himself. Let's take another look at that dunk attempt by number 3 there. Ball back. Corner 3, too strong. And Tanzania off to the break. Nice bounce pass there, off the glass. Finally, after remaining scoreless for a minute, Ali Mohammed stops the bleeding.
I think Tanzania are doing a good job on the rebounding end of things, despite being the shorter team. I would like to see more of a box out, and that was way too easy for Lugora to get to the hoop. South Sudan cannot allow that center drive and to give Lugora the hopes that he can get to the hoop that easily. And it's a bit of a slow start for both sides, if you ask me. You can see South Sudan kind of taking it easy. Again, it is day 4, Fidel.
Yeah.
People's bodies are hurting.
People's bodies are hurting, and substitutions happening to alleviate that. Number 6, Athea Luau, checking in for Dominic Philippe. 3-pointer there by Tanzania. Number 3 there, Ali Mohammed. No luck for them, and impressive rebounding effort by the East African side. South Sudan patiently working their offense. Nice drive to the basket. No luck there for young Shark, as we like to call him here. And a steal. Ball back. Stepping up, in and out. No luck for him as well. Nothing wrong with that jumper.
He had his teammates who had recovered on offense and were there to scoop up the rebound. I don't have a problem with that shot, unless you have your teammates to get the rebound. Or unless you're Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Or James Harden.
Or Klay Thompson. Or Luol Deng.
Or Luol Deng, who is in the stands. I'm sure he's very happy with how his boys have been playing in this tournament so far. Again, new role for him, president of South Sudan's Basketball Federation. He was voted in November of last year. And getting to work early, putting a notch on his belt by making sure South Sudan has presence in this pre-qualifying tournament.
And, most of the time the players get the plaudits in terms of their performance. And South Sudan, we can't take it away from their players and how their team has performed. But sometimes behind the scenes, happenings really help a team. Better organization. You can see the federation is here in numbers. They're present. all the federations here have tried their best to make sure that the teams participate in this tournament. And it's something that the continent of Africa maybe has struggled a bit with. Slowly by slowly getting our act together. Ball goes out there for Bokbal, trying to kick it out. A three-pointer, no good. Big rebound by the point guard and a foul under basket there, just underneath the basket. Mengistu. Let's take another look at that rebound. A nice dish to the waiting arms of Mengistu, who reciprocates by just banking the shot home. He goes to the line for a chance for a three-point play.
It's an 8-point lead for South Sudan. 3.5 left to go here in the first quarter. It's been a smooth game so far for South Sudan, who are known for really cranking up the heat in the first quarter. I mean, usually they kick off with a solid three-pointer and then it's off to the races for them, but you can see them kind of easing their way into this particular matchup.
Yeah. Name is Fidel Mighty. Alongside me is Silale Shani. Sorry, an African of us not to introduce ourselves earlier on. But now you know. South Sudan leading this one 14 points to 6. They inbound the ball. Patient build-up by them. Really have to be impressed by the way they have handled themselves despite their low numbers in terms of the team roster. And they're off on a fast break there. No coast to coast. Too close to the rim at that particular juncture. Lusato almost getting that ball stolen from him. And in comes the superstars, I guess you can call them that. Double K. Kwani checking in, and also Matiang Moore. Matiang especially has been deadly from the three-point range. Shot 57% from 3 yesterday. He was 4 for 7, scored in 16 points. The big rebound there by him. Patient build-up. High pick and roll, and a three-point dagger there by Ball back.
I love his confidence.
Yeah.
He asked for the screen. He knew exactly what he was going to do coming off of that screen. Buries the three. And he's a great backup point guard for Tenny Poit, who had an outstanding 33-point game yesterday. Big rebound for number 13, Begu. He's off to the races, decides to take it all the way. Not successful. South Sudan with the response on the other end. Emmanuel Malu bring this gym to life. Feed into Lusato.
Lusato, nice jump hook there, but no luck for him. But the athleticism of Emmanuel Malu there. And at some point you have to talk about it. Missed dunks opportunities. Nice reverse layup there. Speaking of missed opportunities, Emmanuel Malu makes up for his missed dunk there. Nice reverse off the glass. It's now a 15-point lead. Nice drive. And you notice Tanzania having problems penetrating this South Sudan team. And we're going to have a three-pointer. Athieh Lual. Doesn't matter who shoots the ball. Somehow, some way, it manages to drop down the basket. And nice anticipation by him. They say kick ball. Tanzania escape. Substitutions. Lusato has a seat. Ali Muhammad back into the game.
Now I have to ask Fidel, if South Sudan is clogging the lane for Tanzania, should they go for the three-point shot? I mean, they shot 37% yesterday against Eritrea. Is that the option that they should go for, or should they keep on taking the ball in and then maybe kicking it out or just finishing?
Just try to play inside out, and sometimes like a shot like that one is a great shot. It's an open look. You have to take it. It depends on what kind of shot it is. But I'm a firm believer of not taking forced shots. And that's what happens sometimes. And another steal by South Sudan. And they're really running away with this one at the moment. And you can see fatigue starting to creep in already on this Tanzanian side. Ali Mohammed putting moves. And that's the end of the first quarter. The shot came a little bit too late. They said no basket by Ali Mohammed. Nice move by him. And at the end of one, we have South Sudan 27, Tanzania 8. Let's have a sip of water while the teams have a short break. And we'll be right back after this. Look at some of the highlights. Ball back, taking the high pick and roll. Doesn't pass the ball, shoots the ball really well, and in comes the substitute. Cool as you like, Atiye Loa making a three of his own. And if you notice, it's a balanced selection for South Sudan. The normal starters are not dominating the lineup.
Nice feed into the post to Mathiang. It's great defense from Tanzania. He has to kick it back out. Look at the putback from Emmanuel Malu.
Oh,
if you don't know his name by now, I don't know which basketball tournament you've been watching this week. Malu always dominating the highlight reels, especially now in the absence of number 7, Yang Wek, who used to play football, Fidel?
Used to play American football in the States, in college. He used to play tennis as well. Can you imagine that? I'll be honest, he doesn't really look like a tennis player. He says he was big. He had the football player's body, but he had to get lean for basketball. And a three-pointer there from the lean, mean attacking machine, Atiye Loa.
Atiye, no stranger to this court and this league. He's played in Kenya for some time, I think, for some of the top teams in the Kenyan league, like KPA, Kenya Ports Authority. It's good to see him getting involved here with South Sudan's national team. He's not had too many minutes in this tournament so far. As Quainey takes a look at the rim, decides to kick it back out to ball back. And ball back, never disappointing, buries the three-pointer.
This team.
What do you do, Fidel? What do you do?
Look up to the heavens in prayer, I guess. Nice drive and dish. And a foul under basket. Begu Haji Rashid showing his strength and total concentration there to just push that ball off the glass. Getting a foul from Atiye Loa.
And you know, while it was Mbegu who made that shot, I have to say I'm really impressed with Lugora, Eric, who fed him the ball. He has not been fazed by the size or weight of the South Sudanese team. He's really been doing a good job of slashing to the rim, drawing that defense, and then kicking it out to the open man.
That's a credit to their coach as well, who said They're not going to be afraid of the moment. And Mbegu, for the second time in this game, has lost the ball and inexplicably, and a nice alley-oop pass. Can't finish. But Kwani is there to clean up the mess. Oh my goodness. He reached up high to come down hard, but unfortunate for him, the rim had other ideas. Pull-up jumper, no good. Solid South Sudanese defense, and they're off to the races. Emmanuel Malu has to slow it down. Kwani, one of those unselfish players, makes everyone around him great.
But he's also very good at reading when he needs to be more aggressive and take it in all the way. It's good balance of feeding the ball and being a little bit selfish at times, which is allowed and sometimes is necessary for star guards in a team. Baraka Mopele almost losing the ball. That's nice hands from Kwani, who also is a very strong defensive player.
Very strong defensive player. And just to, we almost forgot to give you an update on that Nyang Wek injury. He suffered a hairline fracture on his left wrist. That's why he's not playing, and you can see him on the bench wearing the red jersey for the team, but in street clothes, if you will. So a hairline fracture on his left wrist. He also had a back injury. So he said when he was trying to get up, he felt something funny. His hand didn't feel quite right. Yeah, so.
And it almost seemed like the back injury was more painful than the wrist injury.
Yeah.
Nice deep three from number 9, Mathiang Huo. One of the many Australia-based players on the South Sudanese side. This is the first big step for South Sudan to establish their authority on the continent as a basketball powerhouse. And speaking of powerhouse plays, what a three from Ali Mohammed. Nothing but net.
Oh my goodness. Off the dribble, cool as you like. A loose pass there by the South Sudanese team. They recover well. All alone for a three-pointer. No good. Didn't have legs on that jumper. Another three by Tanzania. That's Eric Lugora still in this game. A 24-point lead. Nice drive on the baseline and a nice attempt to dunk the ball. Emmanuel Malu going to have that top 10 countdown really soon. All those missed dunks, nice.
My goodness, so smooth. So smooth to the hoop, Fidel. Take a look at that replay of Emmanuel Malu, who unfortunately could not stick that dunk. But Kwani making sure South Sudan score on that possession. And South Sudan really doing a good job of making sure they score on just about every single time they come down the floor on offense.
And there goes that man again, Mengistu, and you kind of get the feeling that they're having fun.
I think they're relaxed.
They're relaxed. They're
look
loose.
At their body language. They're relaxed. They're having fun. Ali Mohammed is having fun. But he gets the ball to Lugora, who has been able to do great things on the offensive end for Tanzania, but now the shot clock has expired. They were not aware of what was going on. And you can't blame them, Fidel. You're seeing you see five big South Sudanese defensive players in the paint. What are you going to do?
There's nothing you can do, especially if you have a roster of a total of 6 players. 45 to 60. That might look a lot, but at the same time, it's impressive that Tanzania is not down by many points, more than they are right now. Nice feed to the post there. Akoi, cross-court pass, turnover there. Dominic Phillip, his leg stepped on the touchline. The timeout has been called by Tanzania. They need to talk things over. At the moment, South Sudan lead this one 45-16, 4:24 to go. Let's take it downstairs and have a listen to what both coaches have to say.
Next time you know what to do. Just shoot it, bro. They're not going to step out. Hey, don't leave me hanging. The more of us, y'all.
Just his own confidence can shoot. Just run 4 out, 1 there. Use them. Yeah? You don't need to run. Just 4 out, try to get it. Pass it out.
I'll talk to you. Yeah. Just read it.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Keep making shots, keep moving.
Win on 3, win on me, 1, 2, 3. Win.
And we're back to the highlights of this game. Tanzania had a few. Had back-to-back three-pointers. That man right there, Ali Muhammad, and then his compatriot Eric Lugora combining for 6 points. But South Sudan are way too much from beyond the arc. When you look at their size, you think they'll dominate in the paint, but it's a perimeter game that's really shining through. And from yesterday's statistics and today's statistics, it will be interesting to see them at the half. 4:18 to go. Baraka Mpole has to give it up. Three-pointer, no good. Front of the rim there by number 4. Cornelius. Mengistu with another three-pointer.
Seems to be his sweet spot for the day, Fidel.
It feels like they're taking turns in who's going to shine through. It's Mengistu's turn today.
I mean, it's like you said, you know, they could take the ball in, but it's almost like it's too easy. So it's almost like they're using this game to work on stuff that will help them in the long run. You know, let's get comfortable with their perimeter shots in preparation for the final opponent who they will face tomorrow. That'll be Kenya. And that will be the matchup for the ages. But before they get there, they have to go over this one last hurdle. It's Tanzania, 16 points to South Sudan's 48. Nice drive all the way to the hoop. Finger roll finish for Jonkor.
Mengistu, the nice drive to the basket. Baraka finding Mbegu. Mbegu, an orthodox shot there, but fighting for every loose ball. They say it's a jump ball. See which direction the ball goes. It's Tanzania ball.
Oh, and this is exciting. That's one of the best designers locally. I think she owns Kiko Romeo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that we have some fashion designers who are basketball fans.
It's a nice sport, Silale. I'm not much of a fashion person.
Too modest, Fidel. You're too modest.
Nice three-pointer there. Big rebound there by Akoy, and they kick it out to Kwani. Mengistu, another three. Not this time. Big rebound, Mbegu. In Tanzania's pace, they have to slow down the game. They can't be running this hard and fast against the South Sudanese team, who have a total roster of 15. Big rebound there. And they're off on the fast break. Oh, nice dribble. I was going to say it took too long to pass the ball, but it didn't matter. Mengistu finally gets the ball and banks it home.
I was going to say the exact same thing, Fidel. I feel like he should have given up that pass a little bit earlier, but he should thank Mengistu for making sure he got that assist. Nice steal from Mengistu, the man we've been talking about, and a gal trying to thread the needle.
Gaza Cornelius did a Van Dyke impersonation. If you don't know who Virgil van Dijk is, he's a footballer. That's all that needs to be said about that. Kick ball goes out. South Sudan to inbound. (52-16). Ball goes to Matiang. Matiang to Kwani. Kwani looking for a post-up player. Koi. Cross-court pass, dangerous one. Philippe Dominic with his strong big hands could not reach out and hold that one. Well-worked move. Poor execution.
I've never liked those cross-court passes, though, Fidel. See a nice rebound from Eric Lugora.
The foul on number 5. Dominique Philippe. Let's take a look. Had his arms all around his waist.
I've never liked the cross-court pass because they're easy to steal. You know, you have to throw it in an arc to get it high enough, and that's just enough time for a defender to recover.
Very dangerous pass. Most coaches will not encourage you to do that. When you're used to running into a wall, has to give it up. Dominique looking for a pass. Matiang. Entry pass to Akoi. Akoi attracting a double team. Matiang with a three-pointer, too strong. Rebound there. Number 4, Cornelius. Come away with the ball. A chance for them to do something with 57 seconds remaining in the half. This is one of South Sudan's lowest scoring halves. They've been averaging 60 a half, first half of yesterday's game.
South Sudan continuing to struggle. Have only scored 4 points so far in this quarter. And really it's been tough for them. They've not been able to find their rhythm from beyond the arc. And South Sudan doing a great job of clogging up the lane. But let me tell you something, someone who knows how to find his way to the hoop is Quaney.
Yeah.
You clog up the lane, he'll still find a way to duck and weave his way.
Speaking of weaving his way to the basket, that's one man who does it well. 5 seconds to go. Shot the ball way too early. Had 3 seconds to go, but that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The end of the first half in day 4 of the FIBA AfroBasket 2021 pre-qualifying tournament. You can see some of the fans who checked into the game, excited to watch this game. The scores at halftime, 54 points to Tanzania's 18. game between South Sudan and Tanzania, and we take a look at some of the highlights. And Tanzania started the game really well. Mbegu there doing the reverse layup, but South Sudan were a bit too much for them in terms of size, in terms of speed, in terms of accuracy from beyond the arc, shooting 50% from the three-point line. But that's not the story of the game so far. Silale Shani, you have some more.
Do indeed, Fidel. I think interesting thing to point out is the usual starters for the game, the likes of Malu, Tenny Puot, did not start in this particular game. We saw good minutes for players like Jonkor, ball back. Jonkor, 15 points for the half, top scorer for his team. And get this, Fidel, he's shooting 80% from inside the arc and 50% from deep. And I really think that this game is being played from the three-point area for South Sudan, who scored 27 points from the three. 24 points in the paint, but they're actually scoring more from outside than they are inside, and I think that's something that they want to work on. 50% average from the three-point land, and as you know, 40% is generally, and 40% and above is very good.
It's very good.
Here they are shooting 50%. I think that is just a testament to how much South Sudan really want to work on every aspect of their game. They know they can get those easy buckets inside the paint. They're trying to make sure that they're ready for tomorrow's matchup against Kenya, making sure their perimeter shots from beyond the arc are reliable. And I think that is something that's very impressive for me. They're also doing a good job with the rebounding situation. 26 rebounds to Tanzania's 15. 8 points for Haji Mbegu, who's leading scoring for Tanzania. Second behind him is Eric John, who I have also said has done a really good job being confident and taking it into the South Sudan side. But really, this game, despite with the 24 points for South Sudan in the paint, you can see Quaini, who doesn't shies away from those field goal shots. I think this game is being played from the three-point area.
To be honest, South Sudan have done the most. I remember the first game against Somalia. They shot 54% from the three-point line at the half. So you can imagine that. And we're underway, step back, three-pointer, and it's good. My goodness, ball back. Didn't even take time to warm up. He just put that shot up, and it was all good from distance. And you can see already they're playing 3-2 defense zone. A little bit of help defense, and a foul there by number 10, the young Shaq, as we call him, Makwe. Interesting defensive strategy by South Sudan.
I think it's all about saving the energy, conserving strength for tomorrow's final game, Fidel. Interesting to me also is that they've used the same starting five from the beginning of the game. Really trying to make sure Tenny Puot and the rest get some good rest before tomorrow's matchup. Tenny Puot, no minutes so far in this game, and the way it's looking, I don't think he's going to come in at all.
I don't think so too. You can see the bigs handling the point guard duties, isolation. They kick it out to number 4, Mengistu, taking it all the way to the basket. He manages to save it. Akoy! Nothing coy about that move.
Not at all. Agao has been very aggressive on both ends of the floor. We see him with a block in that possession. Nice kick out for ball back. On the drive, we take a look at the replay there. That's a good read of what's going on. Ball back hit in the face as he's going up.
And one thing to note about this FIBA AfroBasket 2021 pre-qualifying tournament, there's not been a single, there's no bad blood between players and teams.
Very impressed with the level of sportsmanship that's been displayed throughout this tournament. You see it after games. You see the Somalia fans wanting to take pictures with South Sudanese players. You're seeing the players themselves helping each other up from the floor. And there's no bad blood, and it's really a nice display of what African basketball is.
Indeed. Even yesterday's game, get a technical foul there against South Sudan. The referee looks like he really means business. I wonder what that was for. As soon as we say there's good sportsmanship with a technical foul.
I think the players have been channeling their anger at the referees, and referees are being very strict about what you tell them after they make a call. You can't shout at them, say anything nasty. And my, how times have changed, Fidel. Ali Mohammed scores the first and second free throw, bringing Tanzania to 20 points. Almost a 40-point lead here in the third quarter. And I know you ask me this a lot, Fidel. As a coach, you're down almost 40 points. What do you really tell your players in timeouts?
As you can notice, the Tanzanian coach is silent on the sidelines as they make a three-pointer, cutting the deficit to just from 59 to 23. I think for most coaches, you allow your players to play, but always remember to tell them to play the right way. You still have to compete at the end of the day. You still have to give it your all, give your 110%, as Ariel Local likes to say. There's no point coming into a game and giving a half-baked effort. And there's nothing half-baked about Mengistu. A corner three. He now has 18 points. Amazing statistic by a player who's just come off the bench, but started in today's game. A nice rebound there by Tanzania. Mbegu off the glass, capitalizing on a lapse in concentration there by the South Sudanese team. And you almost feel like they're allowed to lose concentration once in a while. You can see Tanzania off to a fast break 3-on-2 situation.
That pass came too late. That pass came way too late. You saw Mbegu on the right side of the screen really filling the lane so well. I think that initial pass should have come to him. If the South Sudan defense would have collapsed on him, then he could have kicked it out to someone else who was cutting.
It happens especially for teams that are really struggling in a game. You want the ball in your hands a bit longer instead of passing the ball. Can hear the coach shouting instructions. He wants ball movement and player movement off the ball. At this point, it's asking too much from the Tanzanian players, who are only 6 in the roster. Dominic Philippe putting on moves, step back, jumper, no good, big rebound there. Koi back to back ball. Emmanuel with the rebound, and they're going to take turns shooting the three ball. And finally, Dominic Philippe showing confidence and acknowledging his bench.
And you can see the calm and poise of South Sudan team. They have goals in this particular game, and they're making sure those goals are met as Akoi Agao, coast to coast for the big guy.
Nice three-point shot there by Ali Mohammed. Tanzania unfazed despite the scoreline, 67 to 28.
10 points so far in this quarter for them, Fidel. That's not too shabby if you ask me. As we see Mengistu fire again. He's already scored three three-pointers in this game. I'm sure he has a lot more to unleash on this Tanzania side. Eric Lugora trying to go all the way. He's fouled by Emmanuel Malu going up.
Let's take another look. They call a jump ball. Is it a foul? In comes number 6, Atiei Lual. Out goes ball back. Tanzania get the ball back. Oh, nice no-look pass there. Nice, getting the player up in the air, but guess who's there to recover? It was number 13.
Nice entry pass from Begu. And a good read from Lusato. I always get excited when post players pass to each other. I feel like post players give better entry passes than guards to the post. Because we understand how we want the ball, you know?
Yes, yes. I think, yeah, you're right. And people would call me a big in Kenya, but in no way is 6'2" a big.
So you call yourself a small?
To be honest, I'd rather play in the front court, in the back court rather. Shooting guard is more of my position. Oh, nice crossover move and pass to Emmanuel. 67-29, 5:18 to go. Tanzania really up against it, and Cornelius ducking the pass. Miscommunication there by Tanzania. And South Sudan looking to push. Atiye, entry pass to the big. Emmanuel, no good. Big rebound, Mbegu. Tanzania finding a set defense in terms of South Sudan. Bad pass.
Nice steal. Bad offense, but that was great defense from Atiye to get in the passing lane. He knew where the pass was going to. And Dominic Phillip brings South Sudan to 71 points. But that's a nice kiss off the glass for Ali Mohammed. And Tanzania, despite losing by such a large margin, we cannot take away from the fact that they are playing a giant in this tournament. Atiye proving time and time again that South Sudan are a team to be reckoned with from the 3-point area. Another steal for Atiye, who's getting it down on both ends of the floor.
Oh!
But my goodness, Dominic Phillip.
Bringing the house down is Dominic Phillip. Let's take another look at that move. Perfect pass, finding the cut-in. Dominic Phillip, who throws it down hard. Nice low pass, nice awareness by Atiye. Ali Mohammed trying to silence the South Sudanese crowd. Just falling short in terms of that jumper, but there was nothing short about Dominic Phillips. My goodness.
Woo!
At least wait until I finish my statement before dunking another ball.
So cold, so
Emmanuel
cold.
Malo. Nice pocket pass there to Mbegu. Mbegu hook shot, no good. Rebounds. Akoy, searching, looking, dribbling, finding Philippe at the corner, going baseline. Nowhere to go. He has to go back up and reset it. Atiye. Have a feeling he's going to shoot another three-pointer. No, he kicks it out. Nice drive to the baseline. Nice reverse layup.
Nice
no
up
good.
and under.
But a nice tip in by Emmanuel Malu and a timeout by Tanzania. The head coach has seen enough. 2:38 to go till the end of the third, and South Sudan are leading this game 80 points to 32. Let that sink in as we go downstairs to catch a word or two from the head coaches.
Let's box out kwanza. Hata kama hivi basket itaingia au itaingia. Muda wote sisi tuna expect kwamba basket itaingia. No way. Mpira unaweza kugonga, unafanya putback kama ndio putback mara mbili. Putback mara mbili. Tupige box out kwanza, then go for rebounds. Sawa.
Hebu moja tena kama tunapaka hapo tuone itakuwaje.
Ndio tutoe chini kule. Sawa.
Let's take a look at this dunk. Nice drive, nice drawing of the defender, and a nice leap by Dominic Philippe. He got way up there to finish strong, and you see what it means to their fans. My goodness. And then Emmanuel Malu Just lulling the defense to sleep. Look at that.
These guys can get up. I mean, from the tallest of them, in Emmanuel Malou, and some of the shorter ones, Dominique Phillip, these guys have got hops. And they're absolutely dominating in this game. That time, Dominic not able to get a good handle of the ball from the long pass. But it's hit out by Tanzania on the recovery. Athier inbounding the ball.
Just to go top of the key. Kwani is back in the game. Nice drive by Philippe. And he makes it count this time. A nice teardrop off the glass.
Philippe playing a very great game today. Fidel, he was scoreless in the first half, but is making things happen in this second. Athier buries the J. And Athier Lual doing a great job. Considered a bench player, but definitely not showing bench player characteristics in this particular game.
Scored 6 points in the first half. I believe he now has another 6. Very balanced scoring by this South Sudanese team. A loose pass there, and Tanzania take advantage of that. The only time they have a chance maybe to cut down the lead. When I say cut down the lead and you look at the scoreboard, it sounds like it's ridiculous, but 84 to 34. My goodness.
Kweni, nice pass in. It's kicked back out. Emmanuel Malou, head fake, goes all the way! Emmanuel Malou with a two-handed jam. It's no surprise, but every time he does it, we can't help but be in awe of what he's able to do with that ball.
50 seconds on the clock. This team, now the problem has to be looking for superlatives to describe this South Sudanese team, because they are playing at the highest level that I've ever seen this team play, and this is not even their starting 5.
40 seconds left on the clock, just enough time for about 2 or 3 possessions. South Sudan taking their time. Mathiang gives the handoff to Kweni. Can't connect. And I think this will probably be the last opportunity for Tanzania to score in this quarter. Shot clock starting to wind down. And Eric Lugor not looking like he's really aware of that. 3 seconds left. Ball is stolen.
The icing on the cake. Dominique Philippe putting on a show. And there's not going to be a dunking competition in this tournament, but South Sudan are putting on a show for the rest of the continent, the rest of the world. If you're watching through FIBA's YouTube channel, and at the moment, those are your scores at the end of the third quarter. South Sudan 88, Tanzania 34. quarter. Oh my goodness. Athier to Dominic, dominating this Tanzanian team. South Sudan flying their flag high. And you can see what it means to their fans. And they're just freezing the defender. And Cornelius had to make a business decision whether he wanted to block that shot or be on a poster. They got out of the way, very wise of them. Signs of good decision making there. Don't want to be on the bad end of that. And look at this. What about this for style? A reverse double pump. Dunk.
Look at the ups. Look at the ups. Serious hang time for Dominic Philippe.
And we still have a quarter to go. It's 88-34.
South Sudan doing a great job with their rotation. Now Agao backing up his defender. Decides to go for the spin move. Rebound is picked up by back ball, but they can't manage to finish up that play. And now the ball is being brought up by Eric Lugora. And I think if this is the first game you're watching of Tanzania, as we see Dominic Philippe with a nice steal, fouled on the way up. Is this your first game watching Tanzania play? I don't think it's a good gauge of what they've been able to do in this tournament so far. I think all things considered, the fact that they're a six-man squad, the fact that they've played against Kenya, they've played against several other teams and have performed really well. I think what has really impressed me is their levels of endurance, Fidel.
And that's what the coach was saying. He trains his team hard in terms of their fitness, because it's the same team that kept up the pace against a dominant Kenyan side and managed to beat them each and every time on the break. So they're really doing something right. You can't really blame them. Nice move by Mbegu, up and under, getting his defender up in the air and finally scoring. That's what you like to see.
Agao kicks it out to Dominic. Ball now decides to fire from deep. Connects and pushes South Sudan to 93 points. Back ball, an excellent backup point guard for Tenny Puat, as Ali Mohammed also having a pretty good game from beyond the arc.
Yeah. And why not? Smile and have fun. This game is pretty much gone. There's nothing else you can do. You can just have to compete hard. You can go home proud of yourself. Back ball, short mid-range jumper there. The art of the mid-range, I believe, has been lost. It's good to see players trying their best from that area of the basket.
I think which is why it's such a treat to watch players like Kevin Durant.
DeMar DeRozan.
Exactly. Those are players who still have managed to keep that art alive.
Yes.
And it's easy to think that if you master the three-point, you'll always have high-scoring games. But Kevin Durant averages upwards of 30 points a game, and he's still maximizing on the mid-range shot.
Kawhi Leonard. Half of this Sudanese team.
If not all.
Yep. They really play well. 97-39. Turning the corner. Nice pocket pass there. Nice idea by the point guard Baraka. Baraka just above the free throw line. He wasn't going to miss that one. He wasn't going to be denied. Ball goes to nice entry pass there. And young Shaq Number
And-
13, number 10 rather, Makwehi.
And you could see that Tanzania weren't even going to body up on him. They were just like, just take it.
Going to dunk on us. Go right ahead, sir. Nice move by Ali Mohammed rather. Kicks it out. Too strong. South Sudanese ball, and they slow it down just a bit. Baseline drive and a nice feed to back ball and another dunk. Oh my goodness, I don't think we're going to see another 3-point shot being shot. Nice pass to Mbegu, off the glass, too quick. You can hear the coach's frustration.
I think he anticipated the block. And you can't blame him.
Can't really blame him.
Eric Lugora will shoot 2 free throws. And I feel if Tanzania can make 50 points against a powerhouse like South Sudan, they should give themselves a pat on the back, Fidel.
Yeah. 101 to 42. .6:35 to go. It's got some time for them to get 7 points rather. Back ball, entry pass there. Nice drive off the glass and an and one. He goes to the free throw line for a chance to convert that into a 3-point play. Let's take another look. Nice 2-man game there. He gets fouled going up in the air.
Core strength is so important, Fidel. Being hit and bumped on the way up, being able to maintain that position, make sure your elbow and shoulders are squared up to the hoop for that finish, goes a long way. So do your sit-ups.
I'm on vacation right now. For my sit-ups. Another 3-point attempt. A bit short on that one. Felt there was not enough legs on that shot. Baraka driving, turn in the corner all alone for a basket. And they're really determined to get to that 50-point mark.
It's a good ball move from Baraka Mopele. And now an air ball from Mengistu John Core. Didn't have the legs to finish up that shot. Lugora. He's dancing. Manages to get it into Lusato, who gets it back for the baseline shot. Begu manages to save it. And it looks like Tanzania are also feeling the pain of fatigue.
Lusato to inbound. Nowhere to go there. They're off to the races. A nice bounce pass there to back ball. Keeping it simple now. And this is another aspect of the game and what South Sudan need to think about maybe, and that's why you've seen them taking a casual and cautious approach to every basket being made. They have a bigger game tomorrow, so they don't want to maybe get some injuries here or there.
I'll tell you who's not taking it casually, Baraka Mopele, who's filling up his stat sheet nicely. He doesn't care about the scoreline. Gets the first free throw to go. Inching closer to the 50-point mark. Second one is good too. And again, just so impressed with the endurance levels of this 6-man squad, playing with a chip on their shoulder. But back ball.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness.
Back ball.
does it so casually, making it look so easy.
Another nice three and a nice dunk there. Finally, Mbegu skying high for a dunk. And South Sudan almost walking this ball to the offensive end. And another three-pointer there. No good. Too strong. And guess who's there to punish the rim? Smart that man there. Back ball.
You can see the entire bench on their feet, Fidel. I think they're enjoying watching this game just as much as the 5 players on the floor are playing it.
A nice three-point attempt there by Baraka. He felt like he was fouled. Plenty of contact, but the referees let them play. Goes to the other end. Another three, no good. Rebound Mbegu. They have to slow it down. 3:36 to go. Nothing much to really play for but pride. And this Tanzania team have a lot of that. And Baraka again into the seams. Manages to beat his defender, going up in the air, kissing it off the glass to make it a... He scores 51 to 111. Atie wants an isolation. Has to get it out. Can take the three-point shot now. No good, too short. Eric. Nice putback there by Mbegu.
Mbegu really does a good job of being at the right place at the right time, Fidel. He likes hiding out along the baseline, making sure he's available for that dish. Also,
and you can hear the thunderous noise coming from the South Sudanese fans. They're happy with their team. They know their team are going to play in the finals tomorrow. And a nice drive, but a nice block, a better block there by Mbegu, leading to this 3-on-2 situation. A wrong option in terms of a fast break pass. Baraka, you can see, remonstrating to his teammate, asking him why choose the left wing instead of the right wing.
Not only that, it was almost a no-look pass and completely unnecessary. My philosophy is pass early, pass often, especially when you have a 3-on-2 situation, basically when you have more offensive players than you do defenders.
Yeah.
Make sure they're turning their heads. If you keep the ball in your hands for too long, putting the defender at an advantage. That's a hard hack by Mopele on a back ball. He'll go to the line to shoot his free throws.
And if you want to know how the game is going, even without looking at the scoreline, the number of timeouts called in this quarter.
Coaches are letting the boys play, Fidel. And I think it's been the longest 10 minutes for Tanzania in this tournament.
Yeah. Missed there by back ball, but he still recovers the rebound. It turned in baseline, avoiding the double team. Dishes to Akoi, but Akoi gets blocked there going up. Met a Tanzanian defender up in the air. Nice drive by Lusato. And a nice dish to Mbegu, eventually scoring there. It's now 112 to 57.
There are 2 more games after this one, Fidel.
Yep.
The next matchup is Somalia taking on Eritrea. And that will begin at about 4:15. Then at 6:30 we have Burundi taking on the Kenya Morans. Kenya Morans and South Sudan, the only 2 teams in this tournament who have remained undefeated.
Oh,
nice,
my goodness.
Nice three-point shot from Mangistu. And I think he must be shooting at least 60%.
Wow.
From the 3 at this point. He's been on fire throughout. Mopel.
It's a hard bounce pass. Eventually gets to Ali Muhammad, who knocks down the 3. 20 seconds to go. And this time round, South Sudan are not interested in scoring the basket. Nice sportsmanship there. No need to run up the score.
They'll let the shot clock run down, Fidel. There's no point adding insult to injury. South Sudan finished this game 115 points to 60. It has been a dominant showing from the team from Juba from the get-go. They were off to the races and never looked back, and I think beyond the scoreline they're at an advantage because their starting five are not tired. In fact, their top performers are not tired, but that's the scoreline on your screens right there. 60 points, Tanzania 115, South Sudan. South Sudan now advanced to their final game tomorrow against the Kenya Morans.
Very impressive performance.